Ladies and gentlemen, over 76 years, we have had the NBA. It has been a treat to basketball fans all over the place. And in those 76 years, there have been 4,706 players to play at least one game in the NBA. So there are a lot of names you could easily mistake and easily forget. We're going to highlight a couple here today. A new segment, new video we'll throw out here once every couple weeks. Just something fun to toss into the channel. So if you haven't subscribe, like, comment, because we're going to have a lot of fun stuff like this. Fred, I got 5 guys on my list. I don't know how well you're going to remember these guys. What about you?
I got some guys that I kind of went a weird direction. I was like, I'm going to name guys you probably know, but just forgot. And you're going to be like, wait, they were kind of productive. So yeah, that's kind of the direction I took.
Yeah. Without further ado, Fred, you want to lead us there for the first forgotten NBA player?
Yeah, I'm going to go from less weird to most weird. So let's start with this guy. 13 years in the NBA. He was a first round pick in 2003, the infamous 2003 draft. 6th pick overall. You know him. You might have forgot about him. The Central Michigan product, Chris Kaman.
Chris Kaman.
The one-time All-Star. Dude, in 2009 and 2010 season for the Clips, averaged just a casual 18 and a half, 10 rebounds a game. He's had a 12 rebound a game season. When I think of Chris Kaman, man, I think of just weird looking, just looks like a tall guy that just doesn't belong in the NBA. Yeah. But man, shouts out to you, Chris Kaman.
Chris Kaman. He was a dude. I mean, it's weird. Dude. I couldn't tell you the last time I thought about Chris Kaman. He's one of those guys that as soon as he retired, it was like, I'll never think about him again.
Like, if he was still playing in the league, I'd be like, oh, yeah. Chris Kaman's still
He's
there.
Where? He's where? Who's he played for? Yeah.
He retired after the 2016 season, so.
Yeah, Chris Kaman, man, he was a solid piece for. I remember him mostly on the Clippers. I remember the end of his career, in LA. I don't remember him being anywhere else really.
He played 8 seasons with the Clips, 2 seasons with the Trailblazers, 1 with Dallas, 1 with the Hornets when they were New Orleans, and then 1 with the Lakers.
I do not remember him at all with Dallas. I do not remember him at all with
66 games in Dallas.
I remember him in the Trailblazers. What was the other team you named?
The New Orleans Hornets and
I feel like I vaguely remember him on the Hornets. Oh man, what a pull! Someone that, I mean, he played a long time in the NBA, but
great. He's a decent big man.
Yeah. Wow. I'll throw one out here too. You said he played for 13 years. I got a guy that played 14 years. That is even less known than Chris Kaman. He was drafted in 1998. He was the 22nd pick. He's from Baylor. Brian Skinner.
Who?
Brian Skinner. Brian Skinner played 14 years in the NBA. For his career, he averaged 4.7 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 0.5 assists.
I literally have to look him up because I don't think I watch a lot of basketball. I've never heard of him.
His face is ingrained in my brain for the rest of life from playing, I guess, 2K so much growing up. That dude
my God.
He just came off the bench for no matter who you were playing, like the association, whatever it was called back then. He'd come off the bench and he'd give you some problems on 2K occasionally.
Bro, like, how does he have such a long career? Like, oh my God.
He played for 8 teams. The Clippers, the Bucks. I remember him on the Bucks more than any other team. The 76ers, the Suns, the Cavs, the Kings. I do remember him on the Kings. I vaguely remember him on the Blazers and the Grizzlies. Yeah, I mean, he was never an all-star by any means. His career high was 10.5 points back in 2003 and 2004 with the Milwaukee Bucks. His career high in rebounds was 0.405 with the Kings at 8.7. He was a career 49% field goal shooter and 0.9 blocks for his career. Brian Skinner, just a veteran big man who lasted a long time in the league that I guarantee you today nobody that watches NBA basketball could name.
I mean, I literally had to look him up and look at his face to even have a vague memory.
The bald head and the goatee will always stick.
Yes.
Like him and Drew Gooden. I don't know what it is.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that you just said it. I just love me some Brian Skinner now.
Brian Skinner, man.
Might as well.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think he played for 14 years. That's insane right there. But, wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot.
Now, Fred, let's throw it to you for your second guy.
Yeah, this guy's definitely he was good, and I think a lot of people just kind of forget about him. He was picked in the 8th overall in the 1999 draft out of Utah. 17 years in the NBA. The professor, Andre Miller.
I think a lot of people today, like especially kids in middle school and high school who watch the NBA, have no clue who he is.
Dude played 17 years. All he has to show for is an all rookie and an assist champion in 01 and 02. That's all he did was pass. He was a passer. I remember him in 2K, couldn't shoot a lick.
Yeah.
And he couldn't shoot in real life either. You know, he had a couple good years. In 01, 02, he averaged 16 and a half and 11 assists. Like, that was him. I just remember him playing, like I said, 17 years. I remember he was always around. Just retired in 15 and 16. 7 years in Denver. 3 in Cleveland. 3 in Philly. 2 in Portland. 1 in LA. 2 in Washington. 1 in Sacramento. 1 in Minnesota. And 1 in San Antonio. Andre frickin' Miller.
When you think of him, what team do you think of?
Nuggets, for sure.
Yeah, Nuggets.
For sure.
Yeah, he was a dog. Like, I mean, that dude, he was a big guard. Couldn't really shoot, but just had control of the game. I don't know if there's anybody you could really compare him to.
No, I mean, he shot a career 21% from 3.
Yeah, that's all right. That threes weren't really needed.
Yeah, if he came into the league today, 6'3", 200.
Yeah, bulky. He's like a small Ben Simmons. He's like Bruce Brown, Andre Roberson type. Yeah, in today's NBA. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow, Andre Miller. Yeah, he's a guy that growing up, it was like, you know, you had like the Steve Nashes, the Allen Iversons, Chris Paul was coming up. But then there was like that next tier of guards, like Andre Miller, who was just very, very tough, very, very solid for a long time in the NBA. 17 years. Yeah, that's insane. I wonder how many people under the age of 17 would know who he is.
Not a lot of people. I loved Andre Miller. Like, he was like a point. Like, when I think of point guards, I'm like, yeah, it's what a point guard is.
Yeah, that's a pool right there.
Yeah,
I like that. My second guy, he might be the most recognizable name on my list. He played, how many years did he play? He played 503 games in the NBA. I know that much. He was a first round pick back in 2008. The 27th pick out of Kansas. Darrell Arthur.
Ew.
Darrell Arthur.
Oh, I know Darrell Arthur. He's a forward, right? Power forward?
Yeah. Average 6.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 0.8 assists. Only played for 2 teams in his career, the Nuggets and the Grizzlies. You mentioned him on 2K. He was a guy that every year I would always sign him on like a very small deal, have him come off my bench occasionally.
I swear he was nasty in the mid-range.
Yes, that dude loved Darrell Arthur back in the 2K days.
Dude, everybody watching who plays 2K knows. That's how I pulled some of my names. I was like, I remember him being gross in 2K.
Yeah, his career high in points was in 2010-11 for the Memphis Grizzlies at 9.1, and his career high in rebounds was his rookie year, 4.6 rebounds a game, which is kind of weird. Only less than 5 rebounds a game as a big man, but okay. 44% from the field for his career, and 35% from 3. So I mean, not terrible. If he's in today's league, he's shooting 6 threes a game. You know,
what a blast from the past, dude.
Darrell Arthur, dude. He's just a guy.
I can see his face, you know.
Yeah, he's a guy that he was just the Nuggets when they had their moments when he was on the roster, and then the Grizzlies. There was the grit and grind Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure.
Him and Sebo,
just a guy that was a solid piece that wasn't going to do a whole lot, but when he came into the game, you could trust him for 5 minutes.
Those are good to have on any team, bro. You gotta have somebody do it.
That's probably the most recognizable name we'll have on my list today. I got probably weirder than you did, but who's your next guy?
This is a guy I was cold with in 2K, and in the league, in the association, my man could shoot it. He went undrafted in I think 08 from Georgia Tech. Anthony Morrow.
I remember the name. I know exactly who it is.
Sharp freaking shooter, bro.
I know exactly who it is. Anthony Morrow. He lit me up in 2K. Lit me up.
Same. Dude, 42% from the 3-point line in his career. Dude, he played 9 years, His last year being in 17, 3 with the Thunder, 2 with Golden State, 2 with the Nets, 1 with the Pelicans, 1 with Atlanta, 1 in Dallas, and 1 in Chicago. So basically a new team every year in this guy's career. But Anthony Morrow, I just remember him just being an absolute sharpshooter, 6'5", 210, could absolutely strap it.
His nickname on Basketball Reference, Chocolate Rain.
I would agree with that.
Chocolate Rain. That's hysterical. Yeah, and he was like a solid spread the floor, come off the bench, hit a couple shots for you. Averaged 13 points 2 years in a row. His second and third year in the league. 3-point percentage for his career, shot 41%, like you said. 46% as a rookie. That's insane, Fred.
He played 67 games.
Yeah, I mean, he played 564 games on his career. A guy that just carved a nice little role in the league for a little bit. Nothing crazy.
Good career, man.
Yeah, a good career. The league is. It's hard to express how good at basketball you have to be to make a career in the NBA.
Yeah,
and I mean that's a guy right there that did it from 2008 to 2017. So. I mean, good for him. He was a dog. He was a dog. I remember him coming off the bench on 2K, hitting like 2 or 3 threes in a quarter, and me just getting pissed off as a young middle schooler. I'm like, come on, man!
Just a beautiful release. He had it, bro.
Oh wow, that's a great one right there. I hadn't thought about him in a long time.
Me either.
Yeah, Anthony Morrow, great pull there.
Good for him.
Fred, I got 2 names here. I don't know which one you'll recognize more. I'm going to save my least recognizable for last.
Okay.
I'll go with number 5 here. Darius Morris from Michigan. He was like 6'4", point guard, 11th pick in 2011. Only played 132 games in the league. Averaged 3.3 points, 1 rebound, and 1.4 assists. I remember him most for the Lakers when the Lakers were really what did he play when the Lakers were really bad, or it was like the last year when they were kind of relevant? I can't remember exactly. He played for the Lakers, Nets, 76ers, Clippers, and Grizzlies. I remember him on the Lakers, like I said. I vaguely remember him on the Nets, but those other 3 teams, I don't remember him at all.
I can have a vague memory of him on the Nets, like in his last year in the league. That's weird. That's a weirdo.
Yeah, he his career high in points was 6.9 in the 13-14 season with the 76ers. Like I said, I don't remember them. They were horrible back then. Horrible. So,
golly, what a
Darius Morris.
You pulled that one out of your tailbone.
And you wonder why he only played 132 games in the NBA, 38% from the field and 32% from 3.
All right, Trae Young.
Yeah, this was when the league was starting to expand outward, and obviously he did not have the game to compete. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still playing overseas somewhere right now. He's not very old. But yeah, I mean, he was a guy that honestly I kind of thought that he would carve out a nice little role in the league. I mean, he was 6'4", he was kind of a big guard for back then, and I thought, if anything, he was going to be on the Lakers for several years. And when Derek Fisher and Steve Blake and, Steve Nash, whoever else left, I thought he, would be there, but obviously not. Only 132 games in the NBA, 5 teams, so he bounced around a lot. Didn't really stick anywhere. Darius Morris for me, Fred, pulling him out of the hat.
Good night. Yeah, that's a deep hat right there.
Yeah. Who's your 4th player you have written down?
Dude, I actually went with a guy who played fairly well. He's an all-star, 04 NBA champ, 10 years in the league. He averaged 13.5 points, 7 rebounds. He was a second-round pick in 2001.
Hold on. 2001, NBA champ in 04?
04.
Who won the championship in 04? Why is that escaping me? Was it the Pistons?
Mm-hmm.
Second-round pick.
He's from Turkey.
Mehmet Okur?
Mehmet
Okur, baby. Dude, oh, my goodness.
This man, let me tell you about
Wasn't he an all-star?
Bro, he was an all-star, bro.
Oh, my God.
In Utah. Bro, 9 years. He played 7 in Utah, 2 in Detroit, and 1 in New Jersey. Bro, in 05 through the 07 season, he averaged 18 points and then 8. He averaged back-to-back 18 points pretty much back-to-back years. And then 14.5, then 17. Dude was just casually really good at basketball.
He was good at basketball. Good. Like,
Dude,
I don't
he,
think
he could shoot the three a little bit. He was like career 38%.
he was a stretch.
6'11".
He was a stretch big before that became really, really popular. Like,
Dude.
you had Dirk, you had you had guys like Dirk and guys like that, but Mehmet Okur could spread the floor.
Gross, bro. And he was nasty. He ringed him up, dude. Last year in 2011, 2012 was the last year with the Nets. He was 32. Called it quits. But what a career for my man.
You know what's
Mehmet
hilarious is
Okur.
after I heard that name, I had an instant flashback. I was in seventh grade in the locker room getting ready for a game, and we were just sitting around talking. We were getting dressed, and one of my buddies said, "You know, if I was starting a team, I would go after a big man that could shoot like Mehmet Okur." And everybody was like, "What?" No, I mean, he was still around. Everybody knew who he was, but like, why would you go after someone like that? But I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020. That was the future of basketball right there.
Might as well be Mehmet Okur. Man.
Oh my goodness.
He would fit it in today's game.
He'd be perfect in today's game. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. He would shoot 7 threes a game. And I mean, he'd average 15 and 10. I mean, for his career, he averaged 13.5 points and 7 rebounds. He might be the best player. Okay, Andre Miller, but he might be the second best player. He's better than anybody I've got on my list. That's for sure. That's for sure.
But we just forget about Mehmet.
Mehmet Okur. Dude, I loved Mehmet Okur. He was at those Utah teams with Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer. Wow, that's a
young Paul Millsap.
Oh my goodness. It's wild to think he was on that championship team with the Pistons. But wow, Fred, that's a good pool.
Thank you, brother.
Let's give Mehmet his flowers. That man was a dog.
We love Mehmet over here in the X Factor Nation.
We're gonna go from a guy in Mehmet Okur who was a one-time All-Star to who? Fred, Von Wafer.
Oh yeah, I know Von.
Von Wafer.
Gosh. Dude, I love that.
He's played 6 years in the NBA. He was a second-round pick. He was the 9th pick in 2005 in the second round. Played 200 games, 6 years. From Florida State. Averaged 5.3 points, 1.2 rebounds, 0.7 assists.
Yes. In
6 years, played for 7 teams. I remember him being young, playing for the Lakers. I remember him being on the Rockets.
I remember him in Houston, yeah.
I think I remember seeing him. Like, I feel like if I see him in this jersey, it's from like a flash on 2K. On the Celtics, the Magic, okay, I think I remember. The Nuggets, I don't. The Blazers, I don't. And the Clippers, I don't. His career high was 9.7 points in 2008, 2009. And his career three-point percentage was 39% in Houston. Shot 44% from the field that year. Shot 42% for his career and from the field and 32.5% from 3 for his career. He was a guy that, like, I'm trying to think like who you could compare him to today. Like pretty much anybody that bounces from one team to another that like finds a spot. He's kind of like a Theo Pinson almost. You know what I mean? Like he's on a team he doesn't really play, but when he does, he might give you something, you know. But Theo Pinson's probably worse. But yeah, Von Wafer, I remember him, and I remember thinking like, I don't know what it was, but I thought like he was going to be like a J.R. Smith type, like an athletic guy off the bench that could shoot, you know, that could provide key minutes. And I mean, never really did, you know, whatever. Played 6 years. I just remember him being on the Lakers when I was younger, and didn't really work out for him, you know, in the NBA at least.
That's okay. Great name though.
Von Wafer. Yeah, Von Wafer. Let's go there. Let's get weird. Fred, your last guy. Are we about to get really weird?
This is weird, but it's good for me because I have a beautiful memory about this guy. This guy was gross in NCAA basketball 2010, the last college basketball game that came out. He was in the 2010 NBA draft. He was a first-round pick, picked 28th by the Memphis Grizzlies. He was a point guard. He's from Venezuela. Grievous Vasquez.
Dude, I thought he was going to be a dog.
Dude, from Maryland. Dude, he tore me up in his
He was so good at Maryland. So good at Maryland.
Yeah, dude, listen. Averaged 9 points, 2.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 401 games. He played 7 years in the league. I remember mostly in Toronto. But he played 2 seasons with the Hornets.
I remember him in the Hornets. Yeah, I remember him in the Hornets.
2 with Toronto, 1 with Memphis, 1 with Milwaukee, 1 with Sacramento, and 1 with Brooklyn. Dude, I thought Grievous Vasquez was cold. He's like kind of the big guard, coming in 6'6", 217, 220 range. Like, dude had it, bro. I thought he had the ball in a string. He was an incredible. I mean, in 2012, averaged 14 and 9.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, Grievous Vasquez was nice.
He gave me issues on 2K because he was big. He could pass. He could bully to the bucket. I remember,
like you said, gross at Maryland.
Gross. It was like he got drafted and he carved out like some, a nice little path in the NBA for a little bit and then just disappeared.
Grievous freaking Vasquez, bro.
Wow. I remember all the guys you named. I remember all of them, mostly from 2K. Andre Miller, I remember watching. Mehmet Okur, I remember watching. Everybody else is just 2Ks embedded in my head, them giving me issues.
I love Grievous Vasquez is like a personal one for me. He might not be the weirdest guy, but he's just, I personally love Grievous. General Grievous.
Fred, we're going to get the weirdest we've gotten today with my last guy.
Do you think I'll know him?
He played in the SEC, so I feel like you might.
Okay. Let's see. Give it to me.
He was undrafted.
Okay.
He played 3 years in the NBA.
What college?
Georgia.
Okay.
113 games. Okay. Played for 4 teams. Utah is a team I remember him. Toronto, Minnesota, and New Jersey. I think I remember him on New Jersey. Sundiata Gaines. He was a G League guy at the time. Got called up to the Jazz. And I'm pretty sure he had a breakout game, like one of his first games. I feel like I remember him hitting a game winner, like one of his first games. I'm pretty sure it was against the Cavs now that I think about it. But here's why I picked him and here's why I remember him. He gave me work in 2K, and every time he would score, the announcer would say his name, and it just rang in my head. It was Sundiata Gaines, 4-2 or 4-3. Like I just remember that embedded in my head. Sundiata Gaines, 4-2. For his career,
sure.
For his career, he averaged 4.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, 1.8 assists, a 30% three-point shooter, and 39.7% field goal shooter. His career high was 5.8 points in 2010, 2011. Sundiata Gaines, man.
That's hilarious.
That's a pull.
That is out of left field.
Yeah, I could never, ever. I couldn't have told you what college he went to. I couldn't have told you how many years he played. I couldn't have told you if he was drafted or not. I just remember his name being embedded in my head. And I think it was 2K10 or 11. Just hearing that name ring in my ear. Sundiata Gaines, 4-2. Man, Sundiata Gaines. What a name, too. I love that name.
That's a great name.
Love that
You don't see a lot of Sundiatas.
No. Yeah. We had some nice ones today.
Some weirdos.
And we're going to keep this going.
Oh, we'll get weirder.
Yeah, we'll get, might get really weird, might make it some obvious ones, but you haven't given them their flowers like Andre Miller, Mehmet Okur, all these guys. You need to give them their flowers while,
Sundiata Gaines, show them your love.
Shot 30% from 3, and it's all right. But let us know. Do you guys remember these players? What's your memories? Do you have issues with them on 2K like we apparently did?
Yes.
Let us know down below. Let us know if there's specific guys that you remember that you think nobody else does. But we appreciate you guys. We'll keep this thing around. We'll see you guys here with another one of these in a couple weeks. Until then, stick around for all of our videos coming out on the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. We will see you all later.